Shooting in one of Nashville's private schools earlier this week has caught the attention of some Kentucky superintendents. On August 1st, 2022, state lawmakers mandated that every public school campus must have a school resource officer, also known as SROs. But for Mercer County, that deadline has come and gone. More than 6 months later, they are struggling to fill the necessary SRO positions. WKYT's Garrett Weimer and photojournalist Darnell Crenshaw sat down with the superintendent of Mercer County Schools, and he tells us everything goes back to funding. A story that's new at 5:30.
We had an SRO opening posted or job posting for over a year and couldn't get one applicant.
Mercer County Superintendent Jason Boer says the younger officers from the Harrodsburg Police Department and the Mercer County Sheriff's Office want more action than just covering schools, and the older officers were close to retirement. Boer says even before the August 1st mandate to have a school resource officer at every public school campus kicked in, he went a whole year and a half without having one. He couldn't get an SRO, so he came up with a plan.
So we finally said, well, we're going to try a new way to do it, and that would be create our own police department.
Boer says this method is more enticing to recruit an SRO because officers would work a 185-day contract instead of working year-round. So after a 4-month process, the district hired former Harrodsburg police officer Michael Shoemaker as its first district police chief. He started in late February.
Hey guys, how are you all doing? Molly, thank you.
With the growing changes and times that we're in now, it is so much more comfortable knowing that you've got an SRO within your school buildings.
At this point, Officer Shoemaker is a one-man police force in the school district, protecting about 2,700 students. The district needs 4 more officers to cover 4 campuses. Shoemaker's salary is being funded by federal dollars, not state funds. Boer says he's found money to fund 2 of the 4 officers needed.
There's a lot of great ideas out there and great laws and legislation, but when they're unfunded, it puts the burden on the local school system.
The school shooting that happened earlier this week in Nashville has captured Boer's attention. He's hoping the state will fund this mandate in 2024.
Situations like that in Tennessee always bring up, hey, we can't have enough safety in our schools.
In Mercer County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
And Superintendent Boer does point out that his schools are located close to the police department and the sheriff's office, and he feels they could respond rather quickly to an incident. When it comes to funding for SROs, Boer says he will need $250,000, and that does not include the necessary gear for each officer.